As I say, they're not going to just go out and buy players for the sake of it, Paul. He's got, he's a bit old-fashioned saying he's looking for a utility player. It's certainly one of the options, so it's maybe somebody that can play at centre half or play also as a holding mid. Somebody that can go through the middle or play as a number 10, or somebody that can operate in both wings, whatever it may be. If Haksabanovic is one of those guys, if Fanny is one of those guys from Tel Aviv, then it could well be. But I certainly expect him to bring in one, if not two, before the window closes. And also, I would imagine, if he can, and it would be the manager's wish and the club's wish, of course, is to trim some of the fat, because there'll be around 100 grand a week of players sitting there contributing absolutely nothing, Paul. And that's a sore one.
Yep.
That's a lot of money. It's £5 million a year sitting contributing nothing. So if they can trim some of that off, then all the better.
Plus those players, the James McCarthys, the Mikey Johnsons, they want to play.
Yeah, I think if you ask him, they'll certainly want to play. We spoke about James McCarthy a couple of weeks ago. I think he's at an age where he would want to have a better chance of playing week in, week out. I still think he's got a lot to offer. But you're talking about, I think Mark's talking about like Ayeti, he'll be on a big wage. Julian, who'll be on a big wage, and it looks to me that they're absolutely nowhere near going to be in the starting 11. So I'm sure it's one that Postecoglou, it's easy getting players sometimes, but it's hard trying to move them on, because they're on big contracts, and are they going to get the same wages elsewhere? So there's a lot of problems you need to solve before you can try and get you can try and offload a few.
You can hear the affection and the regard he's got now for one of those players, Mikey Johnson.
Yeah, again, without talking about specific players, because ultimately they're all sort of individual cases. It's about trying to find opportunities for these guys to play if they're not going to get opportunities here. And with some of it, it's got to be driven by themselves as well. If they want to find somewhere to get more opportunities, we'll certainly help in that regard. So just there's still 10 days or so open in the transfer window, and particularly say around Mikey, I'm really keen to get some game time. I still think Mikey's an outstanding talent. He just hasn't been able to get a good run of games, and I think a different environment for him where I think he can start realising the potential we all know he has. But like I said, if opportunities arise over the next 10 days for players, we'll definitely look at it.
Barry, what do you see in Mikey Johnson?
Yeah, just a footballer that needs to play week in, week out and go and get a run of games. I think Postecoglou's spot on. He's not going to get that just now at Celtic, but he's saying there potentially he does see him maybe being a Celtic player in the future. So I think the best thing is for Mikey to go, and whether it's a 6-month or a 12-month loan period, go and get 30, 40 plus games under your belt, then come back the following pre-season and try and fight your way into the Celtic team.